Hi, this is Phillip Brooks, and I'm manning the help desk today for NOS 130, Section 40. Today we have Alyssa here on the left and Rosalie on the right, and they have some concerns that I'd like to be able to help them with. So when Alyssa uses the computer, she likes to download things from the internet. She likes to customize her desktop with pictures and images. She likes to have icons and shortcuts on her desktop so for ease of access and ease of clicking. When Rosalie uses the computer, she likes to move those desktop icons. She actually doesn't like icons on the desktop, so she winds up usually putting them in the recycle bin. And she also likes to change the desktop to match something that she likes. Now, the solution that I have recommended for this problem, which is a fairly common problem, especially in households with multiple computer users, also in workplaces and in businesses, is to set up user accounts for each person where they can customize their own accounts, their own desktops and images. They can organize their desktop and their icons as they prefer. So to set up a user account, we're going to go to the Start menu. We're going to click on Control Panel. We're going to go to User Accounts and Family Safety. Here we have the User Accounts section. We're going to click that. And here you can see the options that you have when making the changes to a user account. This right here is the account that is currently made. I'm under the admin, the administrator, and is password protected. Here are options I have for changing, removing, changing my picture here. I can change my name or the type. If I don't want this to be the administrator anymore, I can change that. Here I can go to manage another account or change user account control settings. I'm going to manage another account. Click that. You see here, these are the accounts that I have. There's always a guest, although I have it turned off for safety reasons. And here's the admin that I'm currently under. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head create a new account, and I'm going to start with one for Alyssa. I'm going to name it right here, Alyssa. There was some argument over who would go first, but I went alphabetically. So my choices here are for a standard user or an administrator. A standard user can do most software changes and system settings, but they do not affect the security of the computer and other users. Administrator has complete control over the system and can change tasks and can affect other users. So when you have named the user account and you've selected the type of user, you click Create Account. And here you can see the different accounts that are created. We have the admin that we're currently logged under, and then we have the Alyssa account we just created. There's a type of user. This is a random icon that is given. It can be changed, and other options can be changed as well. Now that we have created the Alyssa account, so Rosalie doesn't throw a hissy fit, let's go ahead and create the Rosalie account. So create new account, Rosalie. I'm going to make her a standard user as well. Create account, and you see there is hers. So now we have one for each of them, as well as the administrator account that we'll keep as the administrator, because you don't want everybody to have the administrative rights. So now that we have set up the separate accounts for each of the girls, we're going to customize them. Most importantly, we're going to password protect them so they can't log onto the other persons and do damage like I'm sure they will do. I'm going to start with selecting Alyssa, and here are the choices, these options that I have. I can change the name, create a password, change this icon picture that is just a randomly generated picture selected. I can set up parental controls. I can change the type from standard to an administrator and back. I can delete the account, or I can manage another one. I'm going to start with changing the picture, make it more personalized. She put in a requisition for a Hello Kitty cat. That's the best one I can see at the moment, so I'm going to select it and hit change picture. You can see that's updated. I'm going to, most importantly, set up a new password for her. She doesn't have a password now, so this will be her initial. I'm just calling it Alyssa1. Going to retype it for confirmation purposes. Now it is case sensitive, so if you use capitals, you need to make sure that you capitalize it when you do the, it matters here. If you use, they recommend using numbers, and to have a stronger password, the longer the better. You need to use a hint to help you remember should you forget. What is my name? 1, because her thing is Alyssa1. Create password. It's not a very strong password, but for demonstration purposes it'll work. Now that I've created that, I'm going to set up Rosalie as well. We're going to select her pictures. She wanted specifically a little puppy, so here we go. Select that one. I'm going to create her a password for continuity. I'm going to go with Rosalie1. Confirm. What is my name 1? Okay. So now these accounts are both set up. I'm going to show you how to set up parental controls. You want to do this with children or people you don't want to go do certain things, go to certain places on the internet, play certain games, or just amount of time. For example, I don't know if you have a mother who's staying with you that likes to play Facebook games for hours on end, and you want to limit her. Well, here's where you would do it. So for Miss Alyssa here, she is selected. I'm going to go up to Set Up Parental Controls. Okay, I'm going to select her account to set up controls. Now, initially they start off unenabled. I'm going to enable them. Here are the options that you have. Time limits. You can set how long they can play at a certain time for per day, how many hours. Okay, I'm actually not going to set that one at the moment. You can select games and select by can they play games, what user or ratings will be allowed. Okay, and then there's specific programs, and here I could select programs from what I have installed that she can use, or I can select all. Okay, so that's how you would set those up after you customize them to whatever you want. I'm gonna go back and put yes, she can play games, and she can play games that are early childhood because, well, she's a newborn. um, I'm not going to get into specifics here, but you can see all the different settings that you can select. Okay, at the bottom of the screen there's an OK. I'm going to click OK. Alright, and now she has a game rating set up to early childhood. And now she has parental controls on. So that is this, and you can customize it as far as you want. And as they get older and they're allowed to do more things, you can change that even more. So now that we have set up the user accounts and password protected them for each of the girls, now we need to switch to them and start the customization process. And the first thing we'll do is probably the most obvious. We'll set a separate desktop icon for each of them. To switch to a different user, you click the Start menu, go to Shutdown arrow, and click Switch User. When you click the Switch User button, it will bring you to the logon screen where you would select from any of the accounts that you have created. Currently I have Admin, I have Alyssa, and I have Rosalie. When you select the icon, if there is a password created, which there are for all three, I would have to type in the exact password that has been set. If by some reason you forget the password, it will prompt you when you put in an incorrect guess with the hint. Here I am logged on to Alyssa's account. This is her base starting desktop. These are programs that I have installed on the administrator that I wanted to be available to all user accounts on this computer. To verify that this is Alyssa account, I can go to Start menu. You can see up here this is the icon I selected for her, and here is her name. Is her personal folder, Alyssa. So to set up her background, it's as simple as going to Pictures. And I don't have anything installed because the files that I have in the administrator are in that folder, and this is a new account. But on here there's some standard ones. I'm going to select this koala bear. I'm going to highlight that, right click, and set as desktop background. Close this, and now she has a new desktop background icon. I can add new folders to her desktop here. New folder, call it Alyssa Downloads. And now she has a new desktop icon, as she likes to have multiple icons all over the place. I have now switched users over to Rosalie's account, and you can see her desktop is again the basic standard desktop background, and the same programs are installed because, as I said, I installed them for all users. Now I'm going to customize her background. Another way to customize it is to right click off in space, click Personalize. Okay, here's different themes and scenes that could be selected. I'm going to go down here to Desktop Background, Here are some more choices besides the pictures I went to. This time I'm going to select, here, I'm going to select this one. Okay, and I'm going to save changes. So you see now she has her own separate particular background. She does not like icons on her desktop. I'm going to get rid of these two. Put them here. I have to give the administrator password to do any changes that can affect files. And I've moved them. I'm going to keep these because I'm using them at the moment. So that's as simple as it is for customization. So now we have set up accounts for each of these little girls so they can have their own little way and do their own little thing when they use the computer. As you can see, they agreed to these terms and have come closer together. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.